For our senior project, we're dealing with the design and implementation of process for transporting band equipment. I'm Marissa Blustein.
I'm Kaye, and our advisor for the project is Dr. Tally Freed. Louder Space is a local band formed by 4 Cal Poly students in 2010. For the past 2.5 years, the band has been traveling up and down the California coast to various venues, ranging from San Francisco down to San Diego. As an entertainment company, the band relies heavily on its gear to perform properly. One single malfunction while performing live can have catastrophic consequences, both social and economical. And keeping gear organized and undamaged is often a very big challenge that the band faces on the road.
The current process for transporting gear to and from venues contains several flaws. First, loading the gear one item at a time is very time-consuming and can be very physically demanding. Amps, for instance, can weigh up to 100 pounds and can be very awkward to carry, leaving members at risk to getting injured. Next, the gear is at high risk of being damaged, especially if the driver of the vehicle takes a sharp turn or makes a sudden stop. There is currently nothing supporting the equipment from falling over, except for the surrounding gear. The equipment is also vulnerable to adverse conditions, such as temperature and humidity changes. Furthermore, gear is at high risk of being misplaced or forgotten, and there is no method for holding each other accountable. Lastly, the process lacks an overall sense of standardization. It is our aim to address these issues and provide solutions as a result of this project.
The current process is as follows. First, members break down their individual gear. At this point in the process, it becomes a free-for-all, with members loading in gear at will. This often results in confusion and is the step that leaves the most potential for equipment being misplaced or forgotten. Generally, larger items go in first, followed by the miscellaneous and smaller items, but there is no real specified location for different items and where they should go. The limited space in the bed of the truck often results in not being able to fit all of the gear in, which leads to a game of Tetris, moving gear around until it all fits. The process is an example of LIFO, in which if something in the back needs to be accessed, everything else in its path must first be removed.
Our technical approach is as follows. First, input from the members was translated into design parameters using a House of Qualities table. Then, research was done in order to uncover existing products and common practices. Next, the equipment was categorized in order to prioritize which items require an allocated space in the storage unit versus which items are safe and well protected as is and are not likely to be overlooked. In general, these are items such as amps and instruments, which already have cases, are large, and will most likely not be forgotten. Finally, we will implement our product and process and perform extensive analysis as to its effectiveness in improving the process and its financial impacts.
Pictured below is our design for the portable storage unit. Originally, the thought was that we would design one single enclosure to hold all of the band's gear. On second thought, and after verifying with the band, we realized that such a large and heavy unit would simply not be practical. Instead, we decided to focus on designing a storage unit to hold the miscellaneous items that are often getting lost or are easily damaged. As can be seen from the picture, this often entailed various cables. Each section is designated to a different instrument, including the middle section for communal appliances. The size of each section was determined by the space required for the particular gear, and the ordering by attempting to space out the sections with the most items in them, to avoid clustering and to create an evenly balanced unit. Not pictured are the labels for what goes where, as well as the checklist, which will be used to hold one another accountable for missing items.
The following are our future deliverables and their tentative due dates. We're going to manufacture our final product, develop standard operating procedures, perform time studies, and execute a quality analysis as well as an economic analysis, and complete our final report by March 14th of 2014.